In this video, we're going to take a look at the implications of our mild understanding of the quantum world. For simplicity's sake, we're going to interpret quantum mechanics using the Copenhagen interpretation, which can best be explained using the Schrödinger's cat thought experiment. If you don't know anything about the Schrödinger's cat thought experiment, let me phrase it as simply as possible. Essentially, the scenario depicts a cat in a box. In the box, there's a radioactive element and a mechanism to kill the cat if radioactive decay of the element is detected. The thought experiment poses a real-world implication of the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum physics, which is that before we open the box, assuming we have no way to tell if the element has started radioactively decaying or not, we don't know if the cat is alive or dead. The cat is in what physicists call quantum superposition, meaning it is both alive and dead. It is only after we open the box that we find out the cat's true fate. The Copenhagen interpretation is used here as a form of instrumentalism, which is the idea that scientific theories are not necessarily objective truths, but instead instruments to help us predict the behavior of natural things. In other words, it doesn't matter whether the cat is actually in a state of superposition or not, or whether states of superposition themselves actually exist. This is because thinking of the cat in a superposition state helps us more than not thinking of it in one does. I bring up this point of superposition and the Schrödinger's cat thought experiment in order to prove the point that there is no objective reality. My reality before opening the box is that the cat is either alive or dead, while the cat's reality before I open the box is just one of those, alive or dead. Let us now take a look at another thought experiment to demonstrate the inherent problem with what we think reality is. Let's say there are two friends, Mary Jo and Mark, who went to see an event together. Unbeknownst to both of them, the drink that Mary Jo had consumed during the event had some sort of psychedelic properties in it, sending her into a psychedelic state for the duration of the event. Mary Jo's experience during the event is that the event happened as A. Mark, on the other hand, claims that the event happened as B. So did the event happen as Mark described it, or as Mary Jo described it? You might be inclined to say Mark right away because of the fact that Mary Jo is on drugs. However, you only know that Mary Jo is on drugs because I told you so. Had I not done so, her account would be just as credible as Mark's right off the bat. The important thing to note here is that in Mary Jo's eyes, the event happened as A. She isn't lying, as that was her reality. We cannot discredit Mary Jo's account of the event because what she saw was her brain's interpretation of reality. Though influenced, her brain's interpretation of reality is no less real than Mark's version of reality, because Mark's version of reality is also just a subjective interpretation done by his brain of what is and isn't. See, there is no definite reality. There's only what your brain perceives to be reality. So if this is the case, Mark and Mary Jo are both right and wrong. To each of them, the event happened as it did, but together they can't agree on how it happened, given their different interpretations of reality. Well, if they can't agree on how it happened, how do we know the event happened at all? Rest assured, the event happened, but that's only because I said it did. This means neither person's experiences were useful in determining how the event took place, or even if the event happened at all. This implicates a staggering dilemma. How can we know anything for sure? Every observer in the universe is subjective, meaning no observer is fully reliable, and therefore can't show us any universal truths. If we can't possibly know things for certain based on experience, it means everything we think we know could be wrong. Including this, what you're experiencing right now watching this video. How do you know you were actually watching this video right now? How do you know if you are even real? Who's to say that what you are living in and experiencing now isn't simply an illusion that you can't see past because of your unreliable observations of the universe? Fortunately, this can never be the case because your unreliable observations are the only observations you have, making them reliable to you, and turning them into your reality. But what good is our reality if it's wrong?